Hey Seekers! To celebrate Wild Lotus Tarot hitting 10k subscribers, I'm giving away a 3-question personal reading. To be in to win, comment below your answer to the question, what helps you stay positive during tough times? And a huge thank you to everyone who's watched, liked, shared or commented on my videos. I appreciate each and every one of you. So remember to drop your comment below to go in the draw. Hi there Cancer, welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This will be your weekly intuitive tarot reading for August 17th through to the 23rd. Cancer, let's see what your message is for the week. So beginning first with the Work Your Light Oracle. Here it goes. Break the chain, ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. You know, I love this card, Cancer, because it says that, you know, maybe you are the one in your family line that is breaking some patterns that have been there for ages. Now, what does that look like? You know, the ways that our parents have conditioned us, maybe in love, relating, and romance, you know, maybe to do with the way we work, that we need to have a certain type of job, that we need to follow a certain path, and maybe you are going your own way, Cancer. Yeah, I mean, and that can really rewrite your future, because it's almost like with the conditioning that our parents give us, they are sort of writing our future with that. And often, if we don't challenge that, subconsciously, we often find ourselves playing out that script that is laid down for us. But if we can tune in to our own desires, we have the ability to go our own way. Let's see where this is going, Cancer. We're going to the Yogic path now. This one. Ahimsa. Okay, this here is the principle of do no harm, or do to others as you would like to have done to yourself. So just, you know, for me, this is just the message of compassion and kindness at the moment, guys. You know, we're going through globally some pretty tough times, but what surprises me beyond belief is that people are still willing to be hurtful to each other. You know, you only have to look in the comment section of any YouTube video to see that some people just don't mind being hurtful, being unkind. My new saying, guys, is that kindness is the only currency. And through being hurtful, you are only, you know, really, that just tells me that you're in that vibration yourself. And you know what happens when you're putting out that vibration, you also attract that vibration. So not saying that about you, Cancer, but it's just a little reminder to, and you know, Cancer is such a deeply emotionally connected sign anyway. Maybe you are dealing with people that aren't returning that to you, but just keep doing what you're doing. Keep putting out your positive vibe, because by doing that and other people experiencing it, you can actually shift other people as well. And if you are, you know, breaking ancestral patterns and maybe family are going to question you, just keep in mind, you know, be compassionate towards them as well. They may be triggered, you may be triggered. End of the day, we're all humans, we all have conditioning, but kindness is the only way. Too many. Okay, let's get your recent past out, Cancer. Three of Wands. Okay, some of you might be at that crossroads where it's like, well, kind of got to turn my back on this past conditioning. Is not working for me. I need to go in a new direction. 3 of Swords. Okay, never easy breaking a chain, breaking a pattern. Could be in relationships as well with 3 of Swords. Let's get the near future outcome. Ooh, yeah. Whatever that pattern is, guys, it's toxic for you. Or you could be dealing with a Capricorn. Devil doesn't always mean toxic. Oh, interesting. The world. I actually saw this not flipping the deck, but when I was shuffling it really stood out to me. And here it is. You are breaking the chain once and for all, Cancer. Let's clarify. Clarifying the 3 of Wands for you now. No, it didn't want to come out. There it goes. Oh, Three of Wands clarified with the Three of Wands. Can't argue with that, Cancer. I'll take it. And we've got the three. Oh, Cancer. Look, I don't know if that's a message from me or you, but I have been inundated with 333 for about, let's say, 3 weeks now. I've always been an 1111 girl, but I am getting the 333, and maybe you have too. And do you know what that is? You can Google it. Beings are getting upgrades, Cancer. Light codes. I don't know if you believe in that, but I most certainly do. We've got the Five of Swords with the Three of Swords. And this is not the first reading that 333 has come up in. I think one or two per week it's been coming up in. And I think that means because we're all actually going through an ascension process at the moment, there's a lot more energy coming down. Nine of Swords. Okay, I am going to claim that as devil energy rather than potentially a Capricorn, because it's with the Nine of Swords here. Okay, I have got the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom of this deck. Wow, Cancer, it's a tough cycle you're breaking. I'm going to grab one more, Cancer, for the Nine of Swords Devil combination. Like, I'm going to read that with the World. I feel like the only way to kind of combat that kind of toxic energy is a complete shutting the door for good with the World energy. But let's just see if we can get a little more information on that. Clarify Devil, Nine of Swords. Well, the Ahimsa card makes sense here because you're dealing with some pretty strong energies here, but make sure that you're keeping your hands clean here, Cancer. Be the bigger person. Oh, Ace of Cups. Interesting. Well, I really feel that Ten of Wands at the bottom of the deck, World at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, I mean, the self-love, the compassion, the maybe partnered love that you're desiring is honestly on the other side of the situation. Okay, Cancer, let's read this. Double Three of Wands in the recent past, and the Queen of Pentacles. The Tower is underneath her. I usually just read the top card at the bottom of the deck, but it's interesting to see what's under there as well. Guys, okay. Well, I mean, Three of Wands, we've got a double hit of that. Let's look at the Rider, it's a little more clear. It's really somebody who has said enough is enough of the past. I am done. And I can't even look over my shoulder anymore. I've lived with this, whatever it is, this toxicity, this cycle, this ancestral pattern that needs to be broken, this family pattern for so long. I'm only looking forward into the future now. So that's the energy of the Three of Wands in this situation. This firm resolve to not look back and to have a firm resolve to take the inspired action to create change, right? And what's interesting with this Queen of Pentacles that I'm looking at here, I'm not seeing the Queen of Pentacles necessarily as the devil in this situation, but more as a metaphor of what's interesting about the Queen of Pentacles is she's the card of Capricorn and we've got the devil. Okay, so you most definitely could be dealing with a Capricorn, but she's the link to the devil. And the thing about the Queen of Pentacles is that she's kind of danced with the devil, and she also is quite a nurturing, like in the home energy. She can do everything. She's very practical. She also goes out to work. She can look after the household. However, what I'm seeing in this is that this is somebody who's kind of gotten used to living with the devil, if you know what I mean. They've found comfort. They've found a way to coexist with the toxic energy. So it might not necessarily even be you, Cancer, that was directly in the line of this ancestral pattern. It could have been your parents or somebody that you've lived with, and you've kind of vicariously sort of by osmosis kind of taken that into you as well, or it's been passed down to you. So that's what I'm seeing here. It could be with your mother or mother-in-law or older sister or aunt or something like that. There's a sense that they have gotten very, very good and practical at putting coping strategies in place for dealing with this toxic energy. However, you know, by doing that and just existing with it, that energy is still there. And I feel like you were in this household or in this situation, and you know, you felt it too. It has been passed to you. It doesn't have to only just be in the home. I'm feeling that a lot more. This is a family situation. I guess it could be in the workplace as well. Somebody who's just gotten used to putting up with that tyrant of a boss and got the coping strategy in place. It could be your manager or team leader, but you know, it always passes down the train. It's energy, guys. You know, that's what happens. So that's what I'm really feeling here. But I think that you're the one that's like, you know what, this is not healthy, and I don't want to be around this energy anymore. And just that revelation alone, Cancer, could actually be a tower moment for you. You know, it's like it's an illusion that is shattered, right? Because the devil is illusionary energy. It's the illusion that keeps us trapped, keeps us stuck. We've got the tower here, which is the great shatterer of illusions. So I think you've seen it. You've seen the truth. You've seen the light, and you don't want a bar of it. And now you are focusing your sights on new horizons, somewhere else, somewhere outside of this kind of energy. And you just have this feeling that if I take the inspired action, then I'm going to have new successes, and I'm not going to repeat the cycle of my family, you know, this workplace, whatever it is for you. If it is a workplace situation, I think it's not just been from one workplace, it's been from several. It's a longer pattern than that. So that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling with that. So, and with that tower moment of actually like acknowledging, hey, there is actually a real fundamental problem here, because maybe you hadn't really looked at it in that way before, and that that tower has been a bit of a like, okay, you know, there is really a problem here. You could have had quite an aha moment, and then you've kind of journeyed the pain of that, the disappointment, because the Three of Swords obviously can be that heartbreak and the hurt and all of those things, and the Five of Swords can be that sense of conflict. And you know, there could have even been a little bit of knives coming out or arguments with this person if there's been confrontations as well. So the Five of Swords really is that kind of, you know, feeling conflicted and being in a bit of a state of battle over the situation. When Three of Swords says it's time to go through the worst of it and then get healing from it. I mean, you might be feeling the worst of all of the situation at the moment when you've thought, well, you know what, I actually need to move away from the situation. And it could involve people that you really love as well. And it's a little bit painful to have to kind of love people from a distance sometimes, if this is a love or family situation for you. But sometimes that's just the healthiest way to do it, guys, right? Because whenever we're around them, it's, you know, it feels like a battle. Five of Swords, that's what it can be like. You know, you feel like you just feel like you're you know, trying to get one over each other. So we're entering the healing stage, and knowing that the feeling the full pain of that is the first stage of the healing process and of creating new things. Number 3 all over this reading is also the number of creation, creating a new direction now. Okay, Cancer, let's put your beautiful Ace of Cups over there. So, near future, we have got the Devil and the Nine of Swords. Guys, I mean, the Devil, yeah, it's the illusion that holds you bound. And I feel like you've broken that spell already, or that's what that tower did. You've already kind of felt the hurt of it. And I think the question is, you know, be sure that you follow through with whatever action you're going to take to remove yourself from the situation. Otherwise, it's just going to be further stress. You know, Nine of Swords is the overthinking, the overanalyzing, the up at night, the very stressful situation. This could also be how you've been feeling in the past. The thing is that the Nine of Swords is one before the Ten of Swords. So it's kind of like, you know, that maybe moving away from it or bringing to a head is going to be a painful situation. But I think it's inevitable. It's absolutely inevitable. So the Devil says that it's a toxic situation for you. It's time to break the chain from it. Literally, we have people that are in chains here. And over time, it's just not sustainable. Like the Queen of Crystals was trying to be the appeaser of the situation. It's kind of like putting, you know, water into a leaky bucket, because the devil has these bat wings, meaning over time it just sucks the life out of a situation. It's just needs to be dealt with, because toxic energy is toxic energy, right? It grows and festers over time. So, you know, the situation or the person that you're dealing with, it could have been like a, you know, like a situation in the family with addictions that have run through the family line, or terrible, you know, gambling or debt problems, or maybe even like manipulative, narcissistic personalities, or just, you know, controlling natures, all sorts of things. Codependency. So it's really time to cut yourself out of this. I'm not saying that you were doing any of these things, but I feel like you've been affected by them. So that's what I'm sensing there with those cards, guys. But the good news is, look, don't forget that Ten of Wands over there. You're going to feel such a relief once you've taken action on this situation. You're releasing a whole weight, a whole burden here. And the world says, you know what? You're going to find true victory in closing the door on the cycle of breaking this chain, of rewriting your future. The world is the last card in the tarot that comes after the final judgment. And it's about closing usually an ancestral cycle. So it's perfect for here. And then jumping through that Saturnian hoop with effortless flow into the next chapter of your life. And it's generally a karmic completion with the world. I feel like there's big karma here, big karma burn, maybe for your whole family line. But you are the one, Cancer, who is the catalyst here. You are the one that it's fallen on you to be the one to break the spell. Of course, you've got free will. However, you know, if we don't, then it just carries on to the next generation. And I honestly feel that true sense of self-love, or even attracting love in your life, or just shifting your energy into this beautiful receiving space, is on the other side of the situation. But it comes to the person that has gone through this transformation, guys, you know, absolutely. I mean, that's why I called my channel Wild Lotus Tarot. These are lotus flowers on the pond of this card, and they start their journey, in the mud, guys. There's little seeds, and they fight their way up through that water, following the light, and then they bloom on the surface. They've had a struggle. They've gone through a journey. So it says that, you know, often we reach, you know, that full sense of love when we have gone through our own personal transformation, because our heart's open, we've understood compassion, you know, we've gone through that journey, and we're ready. So there could be great love or self-love or great healing coming your way on the other side of the situation. Cancer, this is kind of a power reading for you. You are breaking an ancestral cycle here, and I do wish you all the best with it. I'm going to leave it there though. Feel free to leave me a comment and let me know, did this resonate for anyone? Yeah, I do read all the comments, guys, and I try to respond to them all as well. But keep in mind, this is a general reading for the collective. It's quite specific. So I'm feeling like it's not going to be everyone's reading. So keep that in mind when you're leaving your comments. And I'll see you back here next week for another message.